Hey guys, welcome to Break It Yourself. Today, we're gonna be swapping over my car's interior lights to LED lights. This video isn't gonna be make or model specific. We're just gonna be comparing the factory lights that come with the vehicle and then switching over to LED, and if we like it or don't like it, and kind of the pros and cons and the main differences in doing that. I will put some resources in the description below where you can just enter in your make and model, and it'll show you the list of lights that you need to do the interior. I also am going to do the high beams and low beams as well as fog lights of this car. I only have the low beams in currently, and I'm waiting on the high beams to get in. So the interior lights will be first, and then the next video I'll show the headlights. With that being said, this is a 4Runner that I'm doing it to, and I will put all the footage of me actually changing out all of the lights at the end of this video. So if you've got a 4Runner and you're interested in that, stick around or look in the description below and I'll put a link to that timestamp. So let's start off with these door lights. There's 4 of them in my car, just showing you the main difference here. Without comparing them, I couldn't actually tell that big of a difference in changing them out other than just the color of the light. These lights to my eye didn't look that different until I actually compared them on video, and then they were much brighter. I mean, I could obviously tell the color difference, but they're just much brighter than the other lights. The ones for the door, they are brighter, and it gives you that different color, and I really like the color and the brightness that these give off for the doors. So I also changed out the puddle lights underneath the mirrors here. And pretty much the same story with these lights. I could obviously tell the color difference, but I couldn't actually see the brightness difference until I compared it on video, and then you could see that the LEDs were much brighter. The biggest differences came from the map lights here, this dome light, and then the hatch lights that we have. And I think that's because the style of LED light, it just puts all the LEDs on one side of the light, and it just looks like daylight inside of my car now at nighttime. I mean, they're so bright. I haven't decided on the map lights or on this dome light if I'm going to keep them or not. I do like the color of the light, but they might just be a little over the top and a little overbearing. I'll have to test while driving. I just doubt you could even turn them on while driving because they're just so bright. I do like the color, just a little bright. Now, the hatch lights, same brightness, but I would never have them on while driving. And when the hatches open, man, it just makes a world of difference. The stock lights in comparison were just horrible. Those lights on the hatch just make such a difference. You can see everything in the trunk. It lights up the ground. Just really does an absolutely excellent job. So I would highly recommend that if you have some type of car that has a hatch or something like that. Absolutely change those out. So far we've covered the 4 door lights. We've got the 2 map lights, so that's 6. We've got the 2 mirror lights, that's 8. This dome light is 9. The 2 hatch lights, 10, 11. And then we've got the 2 that go over the license plate to get us to 13 lights total. Again, I just am a fan of the color of the LED lights that I got. So I got that 6000K. I think the manufacturer was calling it like xenon white. I don't know if that's actually a technical term or just what they named it. But from what I could find, it looked like 6000K. So I know that is a standard color convention for LED. And for the license plate light, I mean, not a huge difference in the brightness level, but the color. Again, I'm just a fan of the LED light color. Overall, I think for the amount of money that it cost, I think I spent maybe $20 to $30 to change out 13 light bulbs in the car. Very happy with the hatch, very happy with the doors, the puddle lights. Still gonna have to see about these map lights and this dome light, so I might do an update. I'm way better about updating Instagram than I am YouTube, so if you come over to Instagram, I'll try to put some updates on there if you want to keep up with this. But overall, really happy with the upgrades. I really think you can't go wrong. I do like the increased brightness overall of the vehicle. So in the next video, we'll get into the headlights, the high beams, the low beams, and the fog lights as well once those actually come in. Thank you so much for watching Break It Yourself. If you've got a 4Runner and you're interested in exactly how I change these lights out, then stick around because I'll have that footage from here on out and you can see exactly what I did to change these lights out. If not, don't forget to thumbs me up and we'll see you next time. All right, so these are the pry tools that I'm using. I got these off Amazon. I'll have a link in the description below. You could probably just get away with using a flathead screwdriver, but I opted for the pry tool. The first light that I'm gonna do here is the map lights. They were very easy to do. The hardest thing to do was actually to get the light bulb out of the housing. I used a piece of electrical tape. I just put each end on the bulb, pressed it on as tight as I could, and then pulled the bulb out. One tip here would be to leave the lights off so that they're cool. Those things can get really hot, and also the adhesive of the tape won't stick as well if the light bulb is really hot. Just did the second one here, same way. Attached the piece of tape to both sides of the light. Got it as firmly as I could, and then I just pulled it down and they came right out. If you've got small enough fingers where you can actually grab it and get it out, kudos to you. And so here I'm just taking the LED bulbs and putting them in. I wasn't sure about polarity, so I put it in and then checked to make sure it turned on. It turned on just fine. And then so I just put them both in. These lights were very easy to do other than removing the light bulb. Here we've got the dome light. I struggled initially with the pry tool, and for some reason it looks like I'm straining way harder in the video than I remember straining, so sorry about that. I don't remember this being that challenging. It might have just been the angle at which I was doing this. This is the LED light that I'm putting in with all the LEDs on one side and the heat sink on the back. That light was a little bit of a challenge to get out. New one's in and super bright, so I'm not looking at it. There you have it. Pretty easy. Back hatch lights, very simple. They both come off the same way and have the tab on the same side. This housing has 4 tabs on it. So you just unhook those 4 tabs and then it comes right out. Pretty easy access to get that bulb out. You may want to check polarity before reinstalling it. I think I just lucked out, or maybe it doesn't matter, I'm not sure. So once you pry it out and unhook it, there's one additional step. I have to use a knife for this. There's this little tab inside here that you need to lift up to gain access. Hopefully you can see this. So I'm sticking the knife in, I'm gonna lift that tab up, and then I'm gonna push the gray down. Voila. So now I've got access. You can also take this apart and then go ahead and see I've already changed this one out, but you remove the bulb, stick the new one in, and put it back together. It's pretty simple. And then put this guy here. And then that tab that we just lifted, if you push it in, clicks into place. It's ready to hook back up. Once you hook it back up, then you just push it back in, and that's it. And repeat that 4 times. This is probably the easiest one. Okay, this is probably the most challenging, and you're gonna find a lot of stuff online. Some that says, you know, remove the mirror. I didn't do that. I just grabbed this cover, and if you play around with it enough, it'll actually come off. You just gotta finagle it. Yep. So it can be kind of scary, but it'll just pop right off. And then you're gonna take off this screw and this screw, and we're gonna take this out. So once you take out those 2 screws, we're essentially gonna remove this whole bottom piece. You just gotta be patient. There's a ton of tabs that you need to loosen up. So just take your time, be careful. Look at that. There it is. And you definitely want to check this before you put it back together. So we'll go ahead and put this in, and then we'll get far away with the key, and then we'll come back just to see if it comes on, and we'll get that proximity. There we go, look at that lighting up. Perfect. All right, let's get it back together. Beautiful. Get those wires in there. And then work this back in. This takes a while to get it right.